And we regain the topic. As the first date of the International World Anti-Fascist Youth Congress is underway in Caracas, we go live for updates with our correspondent Belen de los Santos. Hi Belen, hello, and give us your remarks.
Hello studios, we continue here in Caracas as the Youth Congress, the Anti-Fascist Congress that is gathering here in the Venezuelan capital is underway. We've been reporting with the testimonies, we've been hearing from different people from around the world. As we have been saying, over 1,000 delegates have gathered in Caracas and will continue to gather tomorrow as well to discuss the most relevant topics regarding the social context that we are living in right now worldwide and in the struggle against fascism, and also exchanging experiences and bringing their visions from different corners of the world. And in this case, we are joined by Shyne Savory, a student from St. Lucia. Welcome, Shyne. Thank you for being here with us in teleSUR English. Please tell us your experience at this Congress. How has the day been like meeting delegates from all over the world? What's your experience so far?
Well, thank you so much for having me. So I arrived in Venezuela on Wednesday, and honestly, coming into it, I didn't have a ton of expectations. I said, you know what, I'm just going to go into it and experience it for myself. The first thing that I've realized is just how massive this is. I mean, I come from a very tiny island in the Caribbean. I mean, Caracas is bigger than my entire country, so just taking all of that in has been so interesting. But it's also been really interesting being somebody who is from the Caribbean community. We have these very close ties with Venezuela, and a lot of what you study at school and what you see in the news can be one way, but then coming here and actually seeing the place for yourself and actually meeting people and talking to people, it's an entirely different perspective. So being here and being able to talk not just with Venezuelans, but from people from all around the world and being able to hear so many languages in one place, it's been an extremely enlightening experience, and I'm so glad that I came.
Exactly. So we've been hearing from delegates from all over the world with their own particular experiences of what the anti-imperialist struggle, the anti-fascist struggle means for them. So you come from St. Lucia. I would like to ask you, for this Caribbean country, in your experience, what does the anti-fascist movement mean in your case?
I think that as a very small developing country, we're still in the process of finding our place in the world, especially among us who are, young people. I'll be voting in my first election in the next couple of years. So among my peers, I think it's really important that we start to find that footing to understand what is going on in different places around the world, despite what certain media may be or what our parents might believe and things like that. So I'm really just learning about the experiences of so many people around the world whose lives have been shaped by so many political movements and so many things that have been happening worldwide, and learning how all of that is connected. So it's not only just an experience to learn about how others are living and how we can understand and help them and what we have in common, but I also think that it's important for my country, which is less than 50 years old, that we can understand how we can stay on the right path of government and how the youth can lead the country moving forward.
And do you see a hopeful youth in that sense? We're living in a very particular world context, and a lot of the media coverage and really a lot of the things that are happening around the world are so difficult that some may think that we are in a sort of like apocalyptic era. However, we have the youth coming together, and of course we're seeing different alternatives and perspectives of future. How do you see that future as part of the young generation?
I think that this generation is very interconnected, especially with being able to communicate with people from all around the world through social media and being able to educate ourselves in that way. So I find that a lot of young people that you meet now worldwide are more politically active than ever. And if we have a question, if there's something that we want to know, that it's easier than ever for us to just find that out. So I think that it really is just a matter of young people being more curious about it and having that kind of intellectual vitality of wanting to understand more, of being able to compare and think for themselves. So all of the information and all of the resources that we need to become more politically active are there. It's really just a matter of young people having that strength within them to go out there and figure out what it is and then take action.
Thank you, Shyne, for joining us here. That was our comrade from St. Lucia. Just one more perspective of the ones that we have been hearing at this Youth Congress, the Anti-Fascist Congress that Caracas is holding, and we will continue to gather around this perspective from different corners of the world on how to think and continue building in the struggle against fascism. Now we go back to you.
Thank you, Belen, for all the information you gave us.